Okay, so welcome to the first Revit tutorial on the channel. This tutorial is going to be based on the requirements of the building construction drafting group at the Heart NSTA Trust. And so the content that will be posted here is geared towards fulfilling the requirements of that program. That being said, this tutorial is going to be done with the understanding that the persons who are viewing this would have some basic knowledge of the different parts of Revit and so on, and the different tabs and what the purposes of those tabs are. So we're going to operate with that level of understanding. So on the screen I have the home screen here, where whenever you open the program, this is the basic thing that you would see, and the existing projects or previous projects, right? So we're going to be starting a new project. All right, so we go to new under models, which is different from new under families. New under models is where you're going to be creating new projects, while new under families is when you create the different components underneath, where you create the different components that would be inside the building side. So we select new under models. So the first thing it's going to ask you to do is select a template. So for the sake of the drafting project that you would have, that is down in the description below, and also the template is down in the description below, you'll be required to download said template, and then you would navigate to the template that is specified. So I'll go to browse, and then I'm just going to navigate to the template that I need, which is the residential template. Alright, so my residential template, I found it at documents, Revit training, and here is the residential template, and you just click open. And then when you find that template file, you just click OK. It is important to note that you do not directly open a template file unless you intend to edit that template. If you open a template file and begin to draw in that template file, it's not going to be saved as a project, and it will pose some errors down the line. So always open Revit first, select new under models, and then navigate to the template. Do not open the template file directly without opening Revit. So before we get started, you should have access to certain files down in the description or from your instructor that gives you the grids and levels and the floor plan views and elevation views and all the views that are required of the project. In Revit, certain windows are required to be open while working on the drawing, and that is the properties window, and the project browser. That is the properties window and the project browser. If those windows are not open, to show them on your screen, you can go to the view user interface, and then you would check project browser and also check properties in order to show these windows. So if I untick properties, my properties window disappears, but if I tick it back, it appears again, and you can dock them to the side or to the left, or have a floating window, whichever floats your boat. Also, you can right click and go down to browsers here and tick project browser here, and then also below that we have properties. So if it's unchecked, you just check it there so that it will be visible in the window. A few things we need to edit before we start drawing is we need to set what our scale is supposed to be, and also what units we're going to be using. So to manage your units, you go to the Manage tab and you go to Project Units here. So we have different units that we can change: angle, area, length, so on and so forth. For now, we're only concerned with length being our primary unit. So you see length, right beside it we have 1235 millimeters. The units that we're going to use for the project is millimeters, but if by chance yours is not set to millimeters, you just click here and change it to millimeters. We're rounding to zero decimal places, and that is it. We just click OK and OK. And the scale that we're going to be using for our plan views is going to be 1 to 50. So to change our scale, we go down to the bottom left hand corner of the screen where I have this 1 to 100. You click there and you change your scale to 1 to 50. And notice that the elevation tags shrink in size because everything in Revit adjusts to the scale that you set it.